Hi Minty fans, welcome back to the Minty Unicorn channel. My name is Chofar Che, and today we are playing a PBS Kids game, which is Elinor Wonders Y website. Today I'm playing this game called Pond Life. Before we get started, please sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos every day. And like the video if you like my gaming video. Plus, to become a Minty fan, be sure to subscribe and like my video and ring that notification bell to stay tuned for new videos every day. So we're gonna get started.
I wonder what lives here.
Yeah.
I can see frogs, birds, and bugs. I wonder what's living down inside the pond. Let's take a look under the water and find out.
Okay, we will. Look at all the creatures in the pond.
Wow, I've never seen the bottom of a pond before.
Me too. I mean, it's a whole world down there. You can see different kinds of fish.
There's so many amazing plants and animals.
And creatures too.
Let's make our own pond.
Okay.
Great idea. Let's start our pond by adding rocks. Tap on the book if you want to hear about the things you can add to the pond.
Okay, so I want to hear more about it.
When you are ready to place things in the pond, tap the book again to close it.
I will now.
There are rocks of all shapes and sizes at the bottom of the pond. Algae grow on rocks. Some animals eat this.
Wow, I never
Drag the rock into the pond.
These rocks are in all different shapes and sizes, and they can be brown and gray. And they're covered in algae.
Great. Now there's lots of places for the animals to live and hide.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
That's a great idea, Elinor. We're gonna keep going.
Underwater plants. Floating plants. Ooh. Now we get to pick a plant to add. You can always use my book to hear more information.
Thanks, Olive. We can choose underwater plants or floating plants. I want to hear more about the underwater plants and the floating plants.
These underwater plants make good hiding places for small pond animals.
Let's hear it again.
These underwater plants are tasty food for lots of pond animals.
Let's hear some fun facts about floating plants.
Lily pads are floating plants that give frogs a place to sit and warm themselves in the sun.
Yeah, that's why frogs like to sit in lily pads and warm themselves into the sun.
These floating lily pads have stems that go all the way to the bottom of the pond.
Think I'm gonna place some underwater plants because I know those animals might eat some.
Underwater plants will help feed lots of pond animals. I wonder who will eat them. Let's look around. Wow, this is so interesting.
Let's
keep going.
I can see that the pond is changing.
Now we get to add animals to the pond.
That's awesome.
Ponds need lots of different plants and animals to stay healthy. Let's pick one and see what happens. Worm, snail.
So we can pick a worm or a snail. I want to hear some fun facts about the snail.
Pond snails are like the ones on land, but they can live underwater. Pond worms help keep a pond clean and healthy by eating small bits in the water.
I never seen a worm do that, or a pond worm that can do that. Let's hear another one again for the snail.
Pond snails are like the ones on land, but they can live underwater.
And here's one more for the pond worm.
Pond worms are food for lots of animals, especially small ones.
I think I'm gonna place the snails. Snails have shells, a spiral shell.
Snails have shells to protect them. I wonder what other creatures have shells. I noticed that each time we choose something, the pond changes.
I can see snails on the rocks and snails eating the underwater plants.
Look, we're going up. I wonder what we'll discover.
Yeah.
Different creatures live here, in the middle of the pond. I wonder what they are and what they eat. Mayfly larva, tadpole.
I want to hear more about the mayfly larva.
This larva is a baby mayfly. It will grow up to have wings and fly around the surface of the pond.
So when a larva grows up, they become flying small insects. And I suggest that the tadpole grows into a frog. It grows with legs. They're babies because they start with an egg and then start with tails, then with legs, and then they change into a frog, an adult frog.
Tadpoles will grow and change to become frogs. Tadpoles only eat plants. That makes them herbivores.
And they make tadpoles be plant eaters too. Let's check the mayfly one.
Mayflies are important food for many fish.
I feel like adding the mayfly larva. And Noah will turn into a mayfly insect.
Mayflies have 3 tails that make them easy to spot. How many mayflies do you see? We could take a closer look at the plants and animals in the pond with this magnifying glass.
I want to take a closer look at the mayfly larva.
I can see hairy parts on the side of the mayfly larva.
Yeah.
These are gills that help it breathe underwater. Tadpole, mosquito larva.
Let's take a look at the mosquito larva.
Mosquito larvae grow up to be small flying insects.
So mosquito larvas change into small flying insects. I feel like adding the tadpoles because I know we'll change into a frog and sit on a floating plant lily pad.
Wow! I wonder how many tadpoles are here. Count how many you see.
I can see 4 tadpoles. I noticed that anytime we choose an animal, the pond changes.
Mosquito larva, caddisfly larva.
Let's hear some fun facts about this mosquito larva and the caddisfly larva.
Adult mosquitoes are important food for frogs, fish, and birds. This larva is a baby caddisfly. Some fish eat the caddisflies. Caddisfly larvae use rocks, plants, and sticks to build a hard shell around itself so fish can't eat it.
Look at its shell.
I wonder what the caddisfly will look like when the larva grows up.
I can see that the caddisfly used rocks, sticks, and hard pieces of materials to make a hard shell.
This frog is the grown-up of the tadpole we added.
Yep, we added it. I want to take a closer look at the adult frog. You can see it swimming with its long legs.
I noticed that this frog has green skin, covered in spots. Do you think that helps it hide?
I think so, maybe.
Now we're near the pond's surface. I wonder how the animals will be different here. Northern pike, red-spotted newt.
Okay, so we can pick the northern pike or the red-spotted newt. So let's hear some facts about northern pikes.
Pikefish are big and eat other fish and frogs.
So that means a pikefish is a carnivore. It's a carnivorous fish.
Newts live in the water and on land, like frogs.
Yeah, just like frogs do. I feel like adding the newt because I know that pikefish is really big.
Newts have interesting features that make them look a little like a frog and a little like a lizard. Northern pike, pumpkin seed sunfish.
Let's hear some facts about the pikefish again.
Pike hide in the plants to wait for food to catch.
I've never seen a pikefish hide in any plants for any food to catch. Let's hear some facts about the pumpkin seed sunfish.
The pattern on the pumpkin seed fish helps it hide because it looks like sunlight on the pond.
Wow.
Pumpkin seed fish swim at the top and the bottom of the pond to find food.
I feel like adding these.
These little fish have lots of fun colors.
They do.
What do you notice about the colors of the animals in the pond?
I noticed that these little fishes have many different kinds of colors.
Northern pike, spotted bass.
Let's hear some fun facts about the spotted bass.
Spotted bass get their name from the rows of spots on their bellies.
I never knew a spotted bass would get their name on their spots of bellies.
Spotted bass fish eat lots of animals, including insects, worms, frogs, and other fish.
Wow, they eat a lot of pond animals and insects. I feel like adding the spotted bass.
Look carefully to spot the differences between the pond creatures. What do you notice about the animals?
I noticed that each different kind of pond animal has a size.
This mayfly is the grown-up of the larva we added.
Yes, and the caddisfly grew too.
We've reached the top. I wonder what new things we'll discover. Heron, kingfisher.
Let's hear some fun facts about the heron and the kingfisher with using Olive's book.
Great blue herons are wading birds. That means they stand in the shallow water looking for food.
I noticed that these herons are called wading birds because they go into the shallow end to catch fish. Let's hear some fun facts about this kingfisher.
Kingfishers are colorful little birds who are great at, well, fishing.
Plus, they have pointy beaks on them which help them find fish to eat. Like herons.
The great blue heron mostly eats small fish.
Yes, they do.
The kingfisher likes to sit on low branches close to the water to look for food. When it spots something, it dives in.
So that means the kingfisher is great at spotting fish.
Kingfishers have pointy beaks that help them go fast when they dive into the water.
Let me take a closer look at the magnifying glass on the kingfisher.
I notice the kingfisher has short legs and a short tail. What do you notice?
I want to make a notice about the mayfly larva.
The mayfly has two sets of wings. I notice one set is much smaller than the other. What do you notice?
I noticed that the mayfly has two sets of wings on each wing.
Mallard duck, painted turtle.
We can add a turtle or a mallard duck.
Mallards eat by dipping their head into the water along the surface and will go to the bottom of the pond to find food.
Let's hear some fun facts about the painted turtle.
Painted turtles look for their food along the bottom and edges of the pond. many things, like plants and small animals. Painted turtles eat plants and small things like insects and fish.
A painted turtle is a carnivore, and a mallard duck eats fish.
Mallard ducks like the pond for bathing and finding food.
I know this because they have webbed feet for paddling through the water, and they find food with their beak.
Heron, painted turtle.
I want to add the painted turtle.
The painted turtle's shell protects it. Can you describe the pattern on its shell?
Let's make a notice of the painted turtle.
I noticed that this turtle has yellow stripes on its skin. What do you notice?
I noticed that this turtle is painted.
I noticed the turtle's shell has lines making shapes on it. What do you notice? I noticed that the spotted bass is a green color with dark spots on its side. What do you notice?
I noticed that this spotted bass has their name.
I noticed the scales on the bass's cheeks are smaller than the scales on the bass's body. What do you notice?
I noticed that the spotted bass's eyes are black. We finished our pond.
That was so cool. Let's keep exploring. You can keep exploring, or you can make another pond. Do you want to start a new pond?
Maybe. But I'm gonna end this video. So Minty fans, if you like making this pond, be sure to subscribe to the Minty Unicorn channel and like my video. Since you liked the pond life gaming video, and become a Minty fan by subscribing and liking my videos, and ring that notification bell for more videos. And you should also become the part of a member of the Mint Club. Plus, you can also create a new pond. To create a new pond, check out the Elinor Wonders Y website at pbskids.org. There you will find games, videos, and of course activities. So Minty fans, if you like this video, please sure to subscribe to my channel. And what was your favorite thing about making this pond? Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos every day and become a Minty fan. Bye, and stay tuned for more gaming videos.